Even casual Reds fans know the implication of that number. Number 8 was the speedy second baseman for the Reds of the Big Red Machine era. That, of course, was decades ago. But this season is going to be all the more special for one Joe Morgan. In stature, he was the shortest member of the Big Red Machine. But Joe Morgan's status on baseball's greatest team was never in doubt. Their collective brilliance, though, blurred the concept of team for some.
The guys that I played with, that's why I've always said they were so special. You know, they were smart, they had heart, and they just played the game the way it was supposed to be played. So anytime I think of my teammates, you know, I think of us as a group.
Inevitably, there are first among equals. Joe wishes it wasn't so.
There were some really great players on that team, you know, the David Concepciones, the Fosters, the Griffeys. You know, all these guys were just great, great players, and it's just unfortunate that we can't put all 8 of us up here.
Up here being the terrace outside the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum adjacent to Great American Ballpark, where Johnny Bench's life-size bronze likeness will be joined by one of teammate Joe Morgan come September.
Being blunt with you, when I went into Cooperstown, I thought that was it. I thought that was, hey, you reached the pinnacle. But for the Cincinnati Reds and the city of Cincinnati to appreciate what I did enough to want to put a sculpture out in front, it means that I wasn't finished yet.
Joe's on-field work is concluded, but his efforts on behalf of baseball to bring more of it to the inner city through the Reds Urban Youth Academy is just hitting its stride.
One of the reasons I wanted to come back here and work for the Reds was because of their community involvement. They have done so much, you know, as far as in the urban community, you know, building fields, even before this urban academy was even thought of. You know, they have teams, they buy uniforms, they do so much. So I wanted to be a part of that.
It was indeed a proud moment when, during the course of the 2015 All-Star Game announcement, that Commissioner Bud Selig announced baseball's unbridled support of the project.
I had talked to the commissioner about this 15 years ago, that we should have some academies here, you know, for our kids that we don't have, like they have in, you know, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Japan, all these other foreign countries.
Joe's translated his baseball success into a comfortable afterlife, but it's left him with a bit of survivor's guilt, hence his foursquare support of the Youth Academy.
I've always said that sometimes our values in this country aren't exactly right, but that's not the way we're built. You know, it's the same thing I say about teachers. I mean, our educators, to me, do not get rewarded the way they should.
As for the here and now, specifically the 2013 Reds, one acquisition he feels will make all the difference.
Sin-Soo Choo at the top of the batting order. This guy can play. I mean, he's going to get on base, he can hit, and I think he's going to hit 20 home runs in this ballpark.
When Joe Morgan sees you as a difference maker, that's a pretty good indication that you are a solid major leaguer. To complete our introduction,